Yo, what's good, everybody? The finest of the franchise program just dropped a couple of minutes ago in MLB The Show 22. I'm here to help you figure out who you should choose from each pack. But honestly, there are no wrong choices. This program is absolutely insane. There are so many good cards. Let's take you right to it. The first thing I have to mention is that there are new henchmen in this program, and these henchmen are no joke. There's a lot of really great cards in here, including Jorge Polanco and Kyle Tucker, the finest cards from last year. The cards from last year have active quirks and they are worth looking at, and there's actually two different versions of the pack. There's an NL and an AL version. They're absolutely insane, so make sure you go through each of these players' attributes yourself, because there's guys here that may very well make your team. Let's start with Adley Rutschman, who is absolutely insane. Switch hitting catcher. He also plays first base. 122 contact right and 116 power right, then 100 and 100 against lefties. He's got already 99 fielding and 99 reaction with 95 block and a 94 arm. He has pretty good speed for a catcher. This is going to be one of the best catchers in the game. Xander Bogaerts is up next, and he is ridiculous. Diamond defense, 86 fielding, 81 arm, 88 reaction, 75 speed, and his hitting numbers are nuts. 120 contact right, 125 contact left. He's got solid power. This Xander Bogaerts card is going to be nuts. I predicted that Nestor would be the Yankees' finest, and we were right, but what I didn't realize was that this card was actually going to be pretty good. I thought Nestor was going to be hot garbage, but 121 hits per 9, 106 walks per 9. He's got an incredible pitch mix. He's got the cutter, slider, sinker, circle change. He's got really good break, except for that sinker. The sinker's not going to be as relevant for Nestor, but still overall a really good card. Shane McClanahan, a little disappointing, but we knew that was going to happen. He just doesn't really have the pitch mix, circle change, curveball, slider. He does have really good per 9s, but Shane McClanahan is definitely the worst one out of all 5 of these cards. I was fully convinced that Vlad Jr. was not going to be the finest this year for the Blue Jays, and boy, am I glad that I was wrong. Diamond defense, absolutely insane, but it's those hitting numbers that we love. 117 contact right, 119 power right, 105 contact left, and 108 power left. But the best part about Vlad Jr. is all these active quirks. He's got pressure cooker, homebody, night player, first pitch hitter, dead red, breaking ball hitter, rally monkey, and fighter. So we're getting 18 of these packs. That means we're going to have a choice of 3 from each division, and the first pick from the AL East pack that I'm taking is 100% going to be Vlad Jr. This card is going to be insane. Even though we have a ton of first base and third baseman, Vlad is going to be up there with the best of them. If not, he's going to end up as number 1 with all those active quirks. My next pick is undoubtedly going to be Adley Rutschman. Having a switch hitting catcher is going to be insane. My last pick is going to be a toss-up between Xander and Nestor. Honestly, I love Xander's swing, but Nestor looks nasty. Ultimately, I'm going to end up going with Nestor Cortez as my third pick. I am going to end up buying Xander and Shane McClanahan because there is a collection for collecting all 30, and we'll show that off at the end of the video. Next up is the AL Central, and the first card we're looking at is J-Ram. Switch hitting third baseman who could play second, short, and left field. Diamond defense, 85 speed, 119 contact right, 100 contact left, 118 power right, and 105 power left. J-Ram is absolutely bananas in this game. Up next is the White Sox Dylan Cease, and I think he's pretty solid, but I'm a little disappointed in that 7 79 walks per nine. That's really bad, but 122 hits per nine makes up for it a little bit. He's gonna have a little less control because that walks per nine. Slider, knuckle curve, changeup, sinker, pretty good pitch mix. He doesn't have a ton of break on that changeup or sinker, so that kind of knocks him down a little bit, and obviously no outlier. Tarek Skubal is a pretty well-balanced card. 108 hits per nine, 110 walks per nine. Those are pretty decent numbers. He doesn't really have the speed differential too much. He's got a slider, sinker, circle change, curveball. The speed differential is gonna hurt, but he does have a ton of break on his pitches. Tarek Skubal, not a bad card. Bobby Witt Jr. is the Royals' finest, and he is filthy. Diamond defense, once again, I think that's going to be a common theme among the finest cards. 99 speed though, and he's got 117 contact right, 104 contact left, and a ton of power with 108 versus righties and 119 versus lefties. He plays shortstop, he plays third base. Bobby Witt is gonna be a problem. And the last card from the AL Central is gonna be Yohan Duran, and Duran is a beast. His Tops Now card was pretty much my favorite reliever for the first half of this year's game, and this one is way better. 117 hits per nine, 117 Ks per nine, and 107 walks per nine. He's got the fastball splitter, 12-6, and the slider. He's got great break on everything except the slider, and of course he's got outlier on that fastball and that splitter. Duran's gonna be sick. The number one pick from this pack is clear to me. It's gonna be J-Ram, switch hitting third baseman that plays everywhere on the field. You gotta love it. My next pick is gonna be Bobby Witt Jr. because that card looks filthy, and our last pick is gonna be Duran. I know that may be a little controversial, but I think Duran is gonna be one of those top relievers. I loved him earlier in the year, but I can't blame you for taking Skubal over him. Starting off in the AL West is going to be Jose Altuve, who has those monstrous contact numbers, 114, 121, and then he's got great power with 108 and 114. But Altuve has a ton of active quirks: pressure cooker, homebody, dead red, unfazed, night player, rally monkey, situational hitter, and with that smaller strike zone, Altuve is going to be hard to pitch to. Taylor Ward's monthly award card in the beginning of the year was pretty insane. He was very underrated and was definitely one of the best catchers in the game at the time. Well, this finest card does not disappoint. 120 contact right and 120 power right. And then he's got 111 contact left and 105 power left. Diamond defense, once again, 84 speed on a guy that can play catcher. He can also play first, third, left, center, and right field is his primary. And Sean Murphy's gonna be another insane option at catcher from this program. His hitting stats all in the triple digits. He's got 119 power left. He's got 95 fielding, 98 arm, and a 99 reaction. He also has catcher pop time. Between catcher pop time and the 98 arm, literally your opponent would be stupid to try and steal on you if you're using Sean Murphy. This card is really good. And I know everybody's excited about Julio Rodriguez. His home run derby card was a favorite in people's lineups for a long time. The only issue with that card was that he couldn't field. Now we got a Julio Rodriguez that can field. 99 speed, 99 arm, 91 fielding, and 92 reaction to go along with absolutely insane hitting numbers. I love Julio Rodriguez's swing. I am super excited about this card. And the last AL West player is Adolis Garcia. Again, insane fielding, pretty good speed with 83, and he's got amazing hitting numbers, especially against righties with the 115 contact and the 122 power. Adolis Garcia is very similar to Julio Rodriguez. For me, the number one pick is easy. It's going to be Julio Rodriguez. I can't wait to actually use a version of him that's not going to mess up in the field. Number two may come as a surprise, but I'm going to take Taylor Ward. Taylor Ward has the utility to play at a bunch of different positions, and I'm really excited to try that out, and I'm probably going to slot him in a catcher at some point. And the last one is a really difficult one for me. I think I'm going to go with Sean Murphy. His Face of the Franchise card was one of my favorite cards in that program, but honestly, it was a real tough one between him and Altuve, and the only reason that I wasn't really considering Adolis is because he was so similar to Julio. Next up is the NL East, and this is one of our weaker packs, which is kind of insane because these cards are still really good. Spencer Strider is the Braves' finest. Unfortunately, he has low walks per 9, just like Dylan Cease. He doesn't have a good pitch mix. He's got a slider, circle change, and a couple of fastballs. Spencer Strider may be exciting for Braves fans. He does have outlier on that fastball, but I am not going to be choosing this card. Sandy Alcantara is the complete opposite of Spencer Strider. This card is absolutely bananas. 119 hits per 9, 110 walks per 9. He's got a sinker, slider, curveball, circle change, and fastball. He's got outlier on that sinker. Sandy Alcantara is easily one of the best pitchers in the game. Then we got the Mets pick, Pete Alonso. I'm kind of surprised they threw Alonso in here, but I am not disappointed. Look at those hitting numbers: 116 contact right, 106 contact left, 125 power right, and 125 power left. This is our first finest card without diamond fielding, but honestly, Pete Alonso is a first baseman. Who cares about all that? He's got max power. And then we have another absolutely insane pitcher. It is Aaron Nola. 110 hits per 9, 122 walks per 9. You get him to P3 and he has maxed out walks per 9. Sinker, cutter, circle change, knuckle curve. He's got a ton of break on all his pitches. Aaron Nola is not going to disappoint. And the Nationals pick is Joey Meneses, and Joey has great hitting, especially against lefties, with that 125 contact left and 121 power left. He's got diamond defense. He plays first, third, left, and right field. Joey's gonna be pretty good. And easily my number one pick is Sandy Alcantara. He is an absolute monster. He's gonna be an insane pitcher. Number 2 is gonna be Aaron Nola. He is another great pitcher. And the last pick is going to be Pete Alonso. I don't like taking a guy that's a first baseman and has no primaries, but honestly, Petey's hitting stats are gonna be insane, and he's got a great swing. On to the NL Central, and when I saw that Nico Hoerner was gonna be the Cubs' finest, I was a little bit disappointed, but honestly, Nico Hoerner looks pretty damn good. 99 fielding, 99 reaction, 95 speed, a 90 arm, but he's got almost maxed out contact right away. He's just missing 5 points on his contact versus right. 94 power right, not great, but also not terrible, and 88 power left isn't great either, but Nico Hoerner, all in all, is way better than I expected. I saw Hunter Green's name and I thought he was gonna have the good pitch mix, but he doesn't. Fastball, slider, circle change, and another fastball. Unfortunately, Hunter Green isn't really that great. He's also only got 90 walks per 9. I didn't expect Hunter Renfroe to be the Brewers pick, but I'm glad he is. Diamond defense, an absolutely insane arm. 109 contact right, 111 contact left, and completely maxed out power versus both righties and lefties. Hunter Renfroe is Pete Alonso that can field and play in the outfield. And Brian Reynolds is once again the Pirates' finest card. I don't even need to say anything. I could sit here in silence and just let you look at the numbers. Brian Reynolds, switch hitting center fielder, 118 contact right, 115 contact left, 120 power right, and 114 power left, 89 fielding, 90 reaction, 92 arm, 90 speed. Look at all these active quirks. He's got it all, including dead red. Brian Reynolds is going to be in people's outfields for a very long time. And our last NL Central card is Nolan Arenado. 99 fielding, 99 reaction, 94 arm. He's got 125 contact right, 109 power right, and then he basically reverses it against lefties. He's got 107 contact left and 125 power left. Nolan Arenado is going to be a nasty card. The easy first pick from this NL Central pack is going to be Brian Reynolds. This card is going to be a mainstay in my outfield for a while. Our next pick is definitely going to be Nolan Arenado. He does play a kind of packed position in MLB The Show, but honestly, Arenado is filthy. And our third pick is going to be Hunter Renfroe, who's Pete Alonso that can play in the outfield. I mean, you can't beat that kind of power. And we got the last pack, the NL West, and the first one is Dalton Varsho. He has great fielding, 99 reaction. Then he's got pretty decent hitting stats, 107 contact right, 125 power right. That 90 power left is a bit disappointing, especially since he doesn't have the contact left with only 108. Dalton Varsho, not a great card, but you could slot him in a catcher. He does play the outfield. He's gonna have 84 speed, so if you do have him as a catcher, you're gonna be insane. The Rockies' finest is Daniel Bard, and though Daniel Bard has low walks per 9 at 87, he is a reliever, so his walks per 9 matter a little less. You're only going to probably be using him for about an inning or so. He's got a sinker, slider, circle change, and fastball. He has outlier on that sinker. He's got a ton of break to all his pitches. And most importantly, he's got a 125 hits per 9, which is going to keep your opponent's PCI about this big. Freddie Freeman is up next, and he was a big time favorite of the entire community last year because his finest card had so many active quirks. Freddie Freeman starts with maxed out contact versus righties and lefties. Those active quirks are going to make his PCI even bigger. He's got 109 power right and 100 power left. Manny Machado's all-star card was pretty incredible, and this one absolutely blows that out of the water. 95 fielding, 99 arm, 99 reaction, 125 contact right, 114 power right, 106 contact left, and maxed out power versus lefties. Machado plays third, first, and short, and he's got a long list of active quirks. This Manny Machado card does not disappoint. And the very last NL West card is Logan Webb. I didn't expect them to give us Logan Webb, but I am glad they did. I loved his playoff card from last year. 112 hits per 9, 119 walks per 9, and then he's got the sinker, slider, changeup, fastball combos. He doesn't really have great speed differentials, which is a little disappointing, but he's got a ton of break on his pitches. And the first pick from this pack, even though we already took a first baseman with Pete Alonso, I think we got to take Freddie Freeman because Freddie Freeman has insane active quirks. The second pick is Manny Machado, and honestly, Freeman and Machado are interchangeable. Either one of them is a perfectly fine first pick. This one was a tough one to choose. And my last pick is going to end up being Daniel Bard. Logan Webb has disappointing speed differentials, and Daniel Bard is going to be really useful out of that pen. But before we wrap up this video, know that there is a 2022 finest collection. And in order to get the top card, you got to collect all 30 of these finest cards. If you collect 15, the first card you're going to get is Byron Buxton. At 20 cards, you're getting Max Scherzer. At 25, you're getting Edwin Diaz. And at 30, you're getting an absolutely insane Paul Goldschmidt card. First one is Buxton, and Buxton is very disappointing. It's unfortunate. 88 contact versus right, triple digit contact versus right would have made this one of the best outfielders in the game, but 88 contact does not play at this point in the year. But Max Scherzer looks pretty incredible. 116 hits per 9, 114 walks per 9. He's got a slider, circle change, cutter, and slurve. It kind of looks like Max Scherzer is the diet version of Randy Johnson. He just throws right-handed instead of left. And SDS managed to make Edwin Diaz actually a really good card. 125 hits per 9, 96 walks per 9. That's a little on the low end, but honestly, you get away with it. And he's got a sinker, slider, and fastball. And of course, he's got outlier on that fastball. Edwin Diaz is actually going to be pretty good. But of course, the big reward for this collection is Paul Goldschmidt, and Goldschmidt is is insane. 113 contact right, 110 power right, and then he's got maxed out hitting stats versus lefties, 125 and 125. But look at the active quirks that he's got: Road Warrior, Day Player, First Pitch Hitter, Dead Red, and Fighter. Paul Goldschmidt's finest was my end game first baseman last year. I am super hyped about this card. So that's who I'm choosing from all these finest packs. These cards are absolutely incredible. There's really not too many that are unplayable. I can't wait to get started on the grinding. I'm going to be on Twitch tonight at 11 p.m. Eastern time. If you enjoyed this video, please give the video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. It helps out immensely. And I hope you guys have a great weekend and you enjoy grinding this program.